Hello, everybody. We were talking about the ancient civilizations and what their link is. We're talking about the gold that they had and what their use of the gold was for. So first we started with ancient civilizations in Egypt and also the Orient, and their gold was stored inside of their relics, inside of their sacrificial pieces, inside of their jewelry, but they didn't necessarily use the gold for what it was intended for. Then we get to the Scythians. Now the Scythians, which is modern day known as Ukraine, their gold was stored in most of their pottery and also in their war gear. They had a lot of battles. They also displayed very, very detailed structures inside of their gold, and that is the Scythians. These are ancient civilizations. Then I talked about Montezuma. Montezuma also carried a lot of gold. He is the last of the Aztec warriors from Mexico, and his gold was stored inside of various caves. They used to put them in different places. Which brings me to my next ancient civilization, which is the Ottomans. Now, these ancient people are from Turkey? That's right, Turkish. So they stored their gold inside of their walls, churches, buildings, architectural figures. What an interesting place to put your gold at. So that's where their gold is at, inside of the walls. Their buildings, they have golden houses, they have golden fountains, they have lots and lots of gold, which is our focus this month of June because of the gold mines and also people from ancient civilizations that use gold for different reasons, ceremonials and structures and different things they wanted to be found with. So I know this figure in pottery, well, it's actually made of gold, looks very familiar. This was inside of our last book from the Scythians, and this is in Southeast Asia. Same picture. So let me tell you what it says about the nomads. The Scythians, Greek writings from about 600 BC, described a people that called the Scythians. Mounted bands and Scythian warriors formed around strong chieftains. The group had loyalties that laid with their leader, and rival bands would fight over grass and water. At times, these bands would form a loose alliance under the control of the high king of the dominant group. The Scythians were armed with iron swords, massive iron spears, and bows and arrows. They were said to be able to pierce bronze armor. So that's very, very, very strong. They were ferocious fighters, and the Greeks reported that the Scythians scalped their enemies and kept their scalps as trophies. So, however, they are defeated by King Philip in the second of Macedonia in 399 BC. The Scythians ceased to be powerful people, and their empire finally collapsed in the 1st century of AD. So that's why this picture is here from Southeast Asia. It's over 2,000 years ago. Still showing the gold. This picture here is a wall hanging from 400 BC, and it's found in a tomb at Pazarik. It gives us a rare glimpse of how the steppe nomads dressed. This looks like a ladybug cape with the black and red, and then he's also on the horse. So there's a lot of pictures of horses in the explanation of the nomads, because that was mostly the beginning of civilization that included with Southeast Asia as well. Let me zoom in. Zoom in on that. See if I can get it clear. There we go. This ancient picture here is an ancient Egyptian wall painting from the royal tomb in Thebes, and it shows the court officials carrying out the annual census of the livestock. The number of cattle, the number of geese, and other farm animals are in this country. They were counted every year to find out how much of the farmers, how much money the farmers should pay in taxes. Let me go back, and here's all the geese. And the Egyptians were excellent mathematicians. They kept tax records way back when. This ancient stone relief is from the 3rd century AD, and it shows a Roman cloth merchant and traders. Then they expected to pay a proportion of their income to the Roman state as a tax. And here's one, and there's two. So they're actually giving away this cloth as a tax. These 4 statues of the Toltec warriors stand on the top of the pyramid, and they formerly acted as pillars supporting the roof of the temple. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there was actually a structure on top of them. And they're still standing today. All of this ancient artwork and these pillars, these are all in the Central Highlands and what is now known as Mexico. Also, it mentions that there's a lot of nomadic tribes, that they actually started to frequent around 700 AD. And they settled in villages that were around 45 miles north of modern Mexico City. These still stand today. the architecture is very sick. So to conclude for today, I just wanted to make sure that you guys are looking inside of your books. Remember, art history is a discovery of ancient civilizations. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.